My mama kept no cookbook. What she knew about an egg she carried behind her eyes and in her two hands. And when we buried her in 1991, most of it went into the ground beside her. What I hold is only what I caught standing at her elbow. The county home agents and the town doctors told her the same thing they told every mountain woman. Her way with an egg was backward. Poor folks' habits. Throw it out and do it the modern way. But here's the turn. Nearly every egg trick they laughed at. The folks in the white coats have since proved she was right about all along. Number 19 is a crock of eggs she kept down cellar that stayed good clear through winter with no icebox near it. Number 6 is a thing she dropped in the coffee pot that the coffee experts have proved out today. And number 1, she'd have laughed to hear it called a trick at all. So come count them down with me. 27 mountain kitchen egg secrets the science took decades to catch up to. She knew them first. Number 27. Crack it on the flat, never on the rim. Every egg I saw my mama open, she wrapped on the flat of the counter, not the sharp edge of a bowl. Crack an egg on a hard rim, and you drive the shell inward and shatter it, and little shards ride right down into your food. A flat knock opens it clean, and the test kitchens teach her way now exactly. So here's how you do it. 1 firm tap on a flat surface, then open it with your thumbs. You'll fish out fewer shells and cuss a good deal less. Number 26. Let the eggs come up warm before you bake. My mama set her eggs on the table a good while before a cake went together. The recipe card said cold from the icebox was fine, but a warm egg lets go of more air when you beat it and folds into the butter smooth instead of seizing in cold lumps, so the cake climbs higher and comes out finer. Every baker worth trusting says the same now. So here's how you do it. Set your eggs out an hour before you bake, or warm them quick in a bowl of hot tap water. Cold eggs make a heavy cake. Number 25. A splash of water in the scramble, never milk. Folks reach for milk, but my mama reached for a spoon of plain water. Milk waters the egg down and can toughen it, while the water turns to steam in the hot pan and puffs the eggs up light. So here's how you do it. Beat a spoon of water into your eggs before they hit the skillet. You want steam, not more liquid to cook out gray. Number 24. Low and slow and off the fire early. My mama cooked eggs over the gentlest heat, and she pulled the pan before they looked done. An egg keeps cooking from its own held heat after it leaves the stove, so if you wait till it looks finished in the pan, it's ruined by the time it hits the plate. The food scientists call that carryover cooking now, and they say the very same thing. So here's how you do it. Cook low and slow, take them off soft and a touch underdone, and let the plate finish them. Number 23. Baste it, don't flip it. My mama never flipped a fried egg. She tipped the skillet and spooned the hot grease over the top till the white set and the yolk filmed over but stayed loose. Her way keeps the yolk whole and runny, while the white cooks clean through. So here's how you do it. Fry in a good bit of hot grease, tip the pan, and spoon that grease over the top again and again. No flipping, no broke yolk. Number 22, the gray-green ring is a warning. Boil an egg too hard and too long and the yolk goes round with an ugly green edge, and my mama never let hers do it. That ring is the iron in the yolk meeting the sulfur in the white and turning under too much heat, and it carries a flat sulfur taste besides. The food scientists have proved out every bit of it. So here's how you do it. Never hard boil at a rolling churn. Bring it up, cut the heat, let it sit in the hot water off the fire, then cool it fast. No green ring, number 21. Old eggs for the boiling, fresh eggs for the frying. My mama saved her oldest eggs for hard boiling and kept the fresh ones for the pan. A fresh egg clings to its shell something fierce and peels in maddening chips. Let an egg age a week or two, and the white pulls back off the shell and slips its jacket clean. The food scientists say it plain now. It's the white turning less sour and more soapy as it sits that lets the shell go. So here's how you do it. Boil your oldest, fry your freshest, and quit fighting the peel. Number 20, steam them, don't boil them. When my mama wanted eggs peeled easy for deviling, she stood them over steam instead of down in churning water. The steam slips through the shell gentler and loosens that stubborn skin under it, so the shell fairly falls away. So here's how you do it. Set your eggs in a basket over an inch of boiling water, lid on, and steam them about 12 minutes. Then plunge them in ice water. They'll peel in one long ribbon. Number 19. Eggs put down in a crock to keep clear through winter. Here's the one they were surest she was foolish about. My mama's mother filled a stone crock with fresh eggs, covered them in a milky lime water, and set it in the cool cellar. And those eggs kept good 6 months and more with no ice and no power at all. An eggshell is full of tiny pores, and that lime water seals every one of them shut, so no air gets in and the egg can't go off. The food scientists have a name for her way now. Liming, they call it, or water glassing. And they've proved those eggs stay good the better part of a year. So here's how you do it. Cover clean, unwashed eggs in water, mixed with pickling lime in a crock, and keep it cool and dark. Keep 'em under, and you'll eat spring eggs at Christmas. Number 18. Never wash an egg you mean to keep. My mama wiped a dirty egg with a dry cloth, but she'd never run one under water if she meant to store it. A hen lays every egg with a thin natural coat over the shell that plugs the pores and keeps the bad out. Wash it off, and you've opened the egg up to spoil. The food scientists call that coat the bloom, and they proved an unwashed egg keeps weeks longer. So here's how you do it. Leave your fresh eggs unwashed till the hour you crack 'em, and just wipe a dirty one dry. That thin coat is worth more than a shine. Number 17. Store them pointy end down. My mama set her eggs in the crock small end down, big end up, and never gave a reason but that her mother did. The wide end of an egg holds a little pocket of air, and stood point down. That pocket rides up top and keeps the yolk cradled in the center, away from the shell where it might spoil. So here's how you do it. Store your eggs pointy end down. It's the smallest thing on this list, and it buys you days. Number 16. Grease the shell to make it last. Before the lime crock came out, my mama had another way to hold an egg. She rubbed each shell over with a bit of lard and set them by. That thin skim of grease does the same work as the lime, closing the shell up against the air. The scientists have since tested a coat of oil on an egg and found it holds them fresh for weeks longer. So here's how you do it. Wipe a light film of lard or plain oil over a clean, unwashed shell and store it cool. Number 15. Read the egg against the lamp. My mama could tell a good egg from a doubtful one by holding it up to a candle and looking clean through it. You see the size of that air pocket, and whether the inside runs clear or clouded. A big pocket and a dark cloud means old. So here's how you do it. In a dark room, hold your egg against a bright little light. Small air pocket and a clear glow, it's fresh. That's called candling, and she did it long before it had the name. Number 14. The float test in a bowl of water. When there was no lamp handy, my mama dropped a doubtful egg in a bowl of water and read what it did. As an egg ages, that air pocket swells bigger, and the bigger it gets, the more the egg wants to float. And the food scientists say it works exactly so. So here's how you do it. Slip your egg into a deep bowl of water. Lies flat on the bottom, it's fresh. Stands up on end, use it soon. Bobs to the top, throw it to the hogs. Number 13. Prick the fat end before it goes in the pot. My mama took a clean pin to the wide end of an egg before she boiled it. And that's why her eggs came out whole, while other folks cracked and wept white into the water. The air pocket in the fat end swells in the heat with nowhere to go, and it splits the shell. A tiny hole lets it breathe out easy. So here's how you do it. Prick the wide end once with a clean pin, just to the air pocket, no deeper. Your eggs will come out whole. Number 12. Pickled eggs down in the beet crock. My mama dropped peeled hard eggs into the leftover juice off her pickled beets with a little vinegar, and they kept for weeks and turned a deep ruby, clear to the middle. The vinegar drops the whole crock acid enough that nothing that spoils an egg can live in it. The town folks called it what poor mountain people ate, but it's preserving by the book. So here's how you do it. Cover peeled hard eggs in vinegar and beet juice with a little salt and spice. Keep them cool and give them a week to take the color and the tang. Number 11. Salt-cured yolks hung up to dry. Here's one most folks alive have never seen. My mama's people packed whole raw yolks down in salt, left them a week till they went firm as a gumdrop, then hung them in a bit of cloth to dry hard, and grated them over beans and greens like a cheese. The salt pulls every drop of water out of that yolk, and once the water's gone, nothing can rot in it. The food scientists call it curing, the same thing that keeps a country ham. So here's how you do it. Nest your yolks in a bed of salt, cover them, and leave them a week in the cool. Then wrap them and hang them to dry a few weeks more. Number 10. A pinch of tartar or a copper bowl for the whites. When my mama whipped whites for a meringue, she added a pinch of cream of tartar, or her mother used an old worn copper bowl. A touch of that sour tartar, or the trace of copper off the bowl, holds the whipped foam up stiff and glossy so it won't weep or fall. The food scientists have measured it exact. So here's how you do it. Add a small pinch of cream of tartar to your whites as they froth, or whip them in a copper bowl if you're lucky enough to own one. Your meringue will stand up proud. Number 9. Not one speck of yolk in your whites. My mama separated her eggs with the care of a woman diffusing a bomb, because one yellow drop in the whites ruined the whole thing. The fat in even a speck of yolk stops the whites from ever whipping up full. They'll froth a little and then quit on you cold. So here's how you do it. Separate each egg into a small cup first, so a broke yolk spoils only the one, and make sure your bowl is bone dry. Fat is the enemy of a good foam. Number 8. Whip them warm, not cold. My mama let her whites sit out and lose their chill before she took the whisk to them. A cold white is a stubborn white. Warm it to the room and it loosens and takes in far more air, so it whips up near double. So here's how you do it. Let your egg whites come up to room temperature before you whip 'em. Cold whites for keeping, warm whites for whipping. Number 7, a spoon of vinegar in the poaching water. When my mama poached an egg, she stirred a splash of vinegar into the simmering water first. That bit of acid sets the white the second it hits the water, so it draws up tight around the yolk instead of feathering off into rags. So here's how you do it. Add a spoon of plain vinegar to your poaching water. Get it to a bare simmer and slip the egg in gentle. Just a spoon or you'll taste it. Number 6, an eggshell in the coffee pot. Here's the one the coffee experts came around to. My mama dropped a crushed, clean eggshell right into the grounds when she boiled a pot of coffee, and it does 2 fine things at once. The bits of white still clinging to it grab the loose grounds and pull them down clear, so the coffee pours bright instead of muddy. And the shell itself is pure lime, so it takes the harsh, bitter edge right off. So here's how you do it. Rinse an eggshell, crush it, and stir it into your grounds before you brew. The old Scandinavians and the mountain folks both swore by it. Number 5, the raft that clears the broth. When my mama wanted a broth clear as tea for a sick body, she whisked an egg white into the cold pot and brought it up slow. As that white heats, it rises and sets into a raft, and floating up it catches every bit of cloud and scrap and carries it to the top, where you lift it clean away. So here's how you do it. Whisk an egg white into your cool broth, warm it slow without stirring, let the raft form and rise, then ladle the clear broth out from under. It's called clarifying, and she did it for the ailing. Number 4, a spoon of cornstarch keeps the custard from breaking. My mama's custards never curdled into sweet scrambled eggs, and her secret was a spoon of cornstarch stirred in with the sugar. That bit of starch stands between the eggs and the heat and lifts the point where they'd otherwise seize, so the custard sets silky instead of splitting. So here's how you do it. Stir a spoon of cornstarch in with your sugar and temper your eggs with a ladle of the hot milk before you pour them into the pot. Low heat, slow and steady, no curdle. Number 3, the egg wash that made it all shine. Every pie and biscuit and loaf that came golden out of my mama's oven got a quick brush of beaten egg over the top first. Brushed on thin, it browns deep and glossy in the heat in a way plain dough never could. So here's how you do it. Beat an egg with a spoon of water and brush it light over your pastry before it bakes. Whole egg for a deep gold, just the white for a hard shine. Just the yolk for the richest color of all. Number 2, an egg beat into a glass of warm milk. Here's the plainest thing my mama's people ever made, and near the most nourishing. A fresh egg beat raw into a glass of warm milk with a little sweetening, drunk down by the sick, the old, and the growing child who couldn't hold much else. The egg carries near every building block a body needs, and the milk pours in the little it lacks. So the two together hold a person up where neither alone quite could. So here's how you do it, if you've a mind to entrust your eggs. Beat a fresh egg into warm milk with a spoon of honey. They kept many a sick child alive on it up in these hills. Number 1, she never owned a timer nor a thermometer. My mama cooked every egg she ever made by feel, and not once did I see her look at a clock. She knew a boiling egg was done by the weight of it on a spoon, and the way it spun on the counter. She knew a custard had set by how it dragged on the back of the spoon. She knew a fried egg by the sound the grease made and no other way. And here's the strange part. The science took her side. A minute on a clock means one thing at sea level and another up a cold mountain, one thing for a big egg and another for a small, so the clock was always a little bit of a lie, and her hands never were. Here's where you start. Quit staring at the timer. Learn the spin of a done egg and the drag on the spoon. Now, here's the truth under all of it. She could hand you the recipe, but she could never hand you the hands that knew the moment an egg came right. And those took 60 years at that stove. When she passed, most of that knowing passed with her. But I stood and I watched, and a thread of it lives in my hands yet. That's why I'm setting it down here for you. What dies is the hands, honey, not the recipes. There's no writing the hands down. That is the truest thing on this whole list. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one, only one, and go and do it this week. Do it by feel and not by the clock. Prick the fat end before you boil, or beat a raw egg into warm milk the old way, or put a crock of eggs down in lime and eat them come winter. Then come tell me down in the comments. I want the one particular thing. What did your grandmother do with an egg at her stove that she never wrote down anywhere, that you only carry because you stood and watched her? Whose was she, and what county did she cook in? Gather some of it up before it slips off for good, because that's the whole point of this. It lived in one woman's hands at a time, all up and down these hills, and it went into the ground with her over and over. If a thread of it stirred something in you, hit subscribe and stand with me at the stove for more of it. There's not much time left to catch it.